I mean, I've been disappointed all my life. Everyone disappointed me, and I had great expectations. Did you let her know that I wanted to maintain this relationship? Was it what you truly meant? I won't lie, I didn't mean it. Sometimes you give something to someone and see if they accept it. If they do, you know that's what they really want. I wanted to say, I'm giving it to him, but the rumors that Kendra is pregnant are going to blow everything up, even if it was believed that she and young Jock were getting along well. But what do you know? Jock is not the biological father. You won't be ready for this one, I promise. According to rumors, the individual who deceived Jock is not just any guy. Rather, he was someone Jock trusted, and the fallout when Jock discovered the truth was reminiscent of a reality TV story. The man who betrayed Jock is a close buddy who has been grinning at him the entire time, not just a random encounter. Jock didn't simply lose it when the truth was revealed. He lost it. How did Kendra conceal this for so long? And who is the enigmatic man? The tea is about to flow, so hold on tight. Congratulations if you believe that Jockey and Kendra were now happy after all of the drama on reality TV and the suspicions of infidelity. If you have been following the emotional roller coaster that is your relationship with young Jock and Kendra, you are well aware of the many similarities between them, so allow me to bring you back to this most recent realization. Kendra has been there for Jock through all of this. Despite the fact that we are talking about adultery, rumors, public humiliation, surprise side women, and the whole ugly reality TV beginning pack. Even if it appears that Kendra has reached her breaking point, what just came out would ruin everything. She deserves a prize for her patience. We now know Kendra is pregnant. That announcement should normally be joyful, but what's shocking is that Jock isn't the father. Although the DNA test ruled out Jock as the father, Jock, not Kendra, found out about the pregnancy from the leaked medical report that allegedly verified Kendra's pregnancy. According to reports, it gets even messier, so if you think that's terrible, wait. The same untidy sources who always know about Jock's company before he does are what I mean when I say insiders. Asichi was the one creeping while Jockey was out here protecting Kendra, but hold on, it gets worse, because Jockey lost it when he realized. Sources claim that Jockey's phone began to blow up with missed calls, texts, and headlines while he was out conducting errands. Yes, they were awful. Jockey isn't the father, but Kendra was pregnant. Within minutes, Wild's tweet went viral. Since the Jock didn't believe that Kendra would actually harm him, he believed that the reality TV star's initial paternity scandal revelation was a cruel joke. Everything went bad, though, when the Jock got the leaked DNA report. Witnesses reported seeing the Jock pacing back and forth, grumbling to himself and shaking his head. He once reportedly hurled his phone so forcefully that it broke on the ground. Jock got into his car and drove home after realizing that Kendra had been lying to him all along. It was, but it was not possible. The atmosphere changed when Jock came inside, and that's when things started to become serious. Kendra sat on the couch, staring boredly at Jock as if nothing had happened, and she didn't even flutter an eye when he hurried in, slammed the door and blurted, "You have something to tell me." "Girl, what are you talking about? Now don't be foolish." Kendra shrugged and stated, "I'm pregnant," while Jock's face displayed veins sticking out of his forehead. "Not the father. Who is it, Kendra?" "Kendra," she grinned, referring to Jock's alleged statement. "Don't play with me. You know what I'm talking about." Jock apparently said, yes, she actually had the audacity to say, while eyeing Kendra and removing her phone from the couch. Is baby Jock's loss important? Witnesses say Jock kicked over the coffee table, knocked over a lamp, and hit the wall so hard that it left a dent. Kendra, oh sis, was sitting there looking indifferent as he yelled at her and demanded to know the father's identity. You'll be surprised to hear that Jock wasn't the only person who showed up that night, but guess who came in right before the whole thing blew up? Jock allegedly turned to Kendra and said, "It's him, isn't it?" Kendra, oh, just crossed her arms and said, "You wanted to know who the father was? Well, now you know." Oh my God. Witnesses say Jock lunged, Yes, that's the same Kirk Frost who has been avoiding cheating scandals for years. The same Kirk Frost who has been smiling in Jock's face the entire time, and the same Kirk Frost who was allegedly Jock's friend. The worst thing was that when security removed Jock from the house, Kendra and Kirk witnessed him go completely crazy. Kirk allegedly said, "Hey man, it just kind of happened," in response to Jock's scream, "You're supposed to be my brother. How could you do this to me?" However, he didn't. But Kirk isn't the type to merely chuckle. As you already know, social media is booming on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Kirk, you should reconsider if you believe Joe will get away with this. Oh, sister, Kendra may have just started a conflict she isn't prepared for. Take a break and depart. Jock is apparently already calling his lawyers about going nuclear. You'd better stay locked in because this story is far from over. And trust me, you're not prepared for what will come next. Didn't you think that was a mess? This dispute is going to have nuclear-level consequences, honey, and we're just getting started. How long this has been going on and if Kendra really thought she would get away with it are unknown. Jock was allegedly seen sitting in his car, gripping the steering wheel so tightly that his knuckles turned white after being violently dragged out of that house. We should pick up where we left off. Witnesses said he sat there for at least 15 minutes without saying anything. Now that the consequences are clear, Kirk will not let this go, thus learning that Kendra is pregnant. His kid was only the first step. This was not just betrayal, it was shame. Not only did Kirk, laugh in Jock's face, but he lacked the grace to feel bad about it. In addition to cheating, Kendra became pregnant by one of Jock's closest pals. Unfortunately, things got worse when his phone started ringing while he was sitting in the car trying to comprehend what had just happened. Is it really your fault that he was breathing heavily, as if he was trying to stop himself from doing anything crazy? Exploding again, but not just because of the gossip blogs this time. In fact, that same evening, Kirk and Kendra were spotted holding hands at a fancy lounge in Atlanta. The paparazzi's pictures showing them entering the institution together a short while later, appearing quite unconcerned, went viral on the internet. Kendra and Kirk depart together as the city's newest power couple looks foolish in the Jock spirals. Sources said that the Jock was shouting on the phone, "You better call me back," since he believed this to be a game. But Kirk wasn't worried because, wait a second, Kirk went live. When he viewed the pictures, the Jock supposedly lost it and called Kendra straight to voicemail. I have to admit that the tone of those voicemails is absurd. Then he put Kirk on voicemail directly. Insider CL claims that when Kirk went live on Instagram Live, Kendra was sitting at home, trembling with rage. Oh hell and no, he reportedly cried as he threw his phone across the room, then hopped into his car and drove straight to Kirk's house. Kendra was drinking wine when he glared at the camera and said, "You guys should mind your own business and come over here." Oh my dear, I've arrived. The neighbors are still talking about what occurred that night because it seems the Jock just walked up to Kirk's front door and started beating on it as though he were attempting to knock it down instead of knocking. Kirk allegedly said, "You're good, bro," as he opened the door, but he didn't, and the Jock approached him instead. According to witnesses, the Jock grabbed Kirk by the collar and shoved him against the wall while shouting, "You think this is funny?" After Kirk shoved him back, Jock allegedly swung at him and said, "Relax, bro, it's not my fault that Kendra picked me." Kirk stumbled and fell back into the wall after Jock's punch, but he came back with a vengeance, and the altercation turned into a full-on brawl while Kendra, was just standing there drinking as if nothing had happened. Jock screamed, "This isn't over. I'm not done with you." Kirk, with the gall to laugh, responded, "Yeah, you are the security guys who made Jock leave the house, and guess what? In the end, security was called because Kirk's neighbors heard the noise and thought someone was being robbed." Jock fled, his shirt ripped and his mouth bleeding, while Kirk? Oh, he was standing in the doorway repairing his chain. But luckily, a new video, yes, another one, was leaked online that same evening while Jock was driving home, and it's a bad one. In it, Kendra sits in a dark hotel room and says to an unidentified man, "Oh honey, it's worse than you think." According to Kendra, Jock doesn't even realize he still thinks we're going to work. You can hear the man's voice, but you can't see his face clearly. Can you guess what he says? The entire time, Kendra was planning this. "Jock needs to lawyer up as soon as you get the chance," she says. Kirk and Kendra are straight up villains. And Jock saw the video. Well, what he doesn't know won't hurt him. Kendra adds, "I'm just waiting until the baby is born." Social media went viral in a matter of minutes, and Twitter was on fire. Rumor has it that he has already contacted his lawyers and is getting ready to sue Kirk and Kendra for emotional distress and defamation. He may have a case because insiders are now claiming that Kendra and Jock had a prenuptial agreement. If Jock can prove that Kendra's immorality caused him mental distress, he will be jumping around his house in a fit of rage and shouting, "She played me. She really played me." The Jock, however, isn't letting this go, according to sources, and has already set up an interview with the major news outlet in which he plans to disclose everything that Kirk and Kendra did to him. The real issue, though, is how long this has been going on, because Kendra might lose the bag along with the Jock. According to sources, Kendra and Kirk have gone into hiding, with Kendra completely disappearing and Kirk no longer returning his calls. Kendra honestly thought they would get away with this, but now that he knows that Kendra was carrying Kirk's child, Jock is not only angry but also prepared for battle, which Kendra and Kirk may lose, and more importantly, is Jock going to beat them both? Oh, this drama is far from over, so you better stay tuned in. Oh, you thought that was awful, but you're not aware of how disastrous the consequences of this controversy will soon be, honey. After that violent altercation at Kirk's house, Jock wasn't going to stand by and let Kendra and Kirk humiliate him like that. Instead, he was willing to make them pay. It turns out that Jock had a plan because the very next morning, he reportedly called up his legal team, which I mean to be the same highly qualified attorneys who have represented some of the high-profile cases that took place there. According to sources, Jock had been keeping tabs on Kendra's dubious actions for months and had sent his lawyers a folder containing surveillance footage, bank statements, and phone logs. Jock wants to go public rather than reach a settlement amicably with the leading hip-hop figures. Eider claimed that Jock was trying to harm Kirk and Kendra's reputation in addition to seeking retribution, and guess what? Jock could prove it with the receipts. The worst part was that Jock had receipts that showed Kirk had been using money from their joint business account to pay for these secret meetings, which included expensive gifts, special dinners, and opulent hotel suites. Jock's legal team reportedly told him that Kirk was using Jock's money to finance his affair with Kendra, and Jock had evidence that Kendra had been seeing Kirk in secret for over a year. Kendra and Kirk would actually lose everything. Jock could accuse Kirk of embezzlement and fraud because, in addition to sleeping with Kendra, he was using company funds to do so. Social media was consuming this information. Kirk was stealing and cheating, so Jock should bury him. Kirk might suffer serious financial consequences if Jock pursued that lawsuit. And finally, things took a sharp turn for the worse. Y'all get over here, excuse me, and guess who is in the passenger seat? What's the caption for a photo of Kirk that he shared on Instagram 2 days after the brawl, showing him posing in front of a Rolls Royce? Kirk is really showing off this stuff. Yes, the comments were awful, but Kendra was sitting there smiling as if she didn't care. Stay out of grown folks' business. Jock told Charlemagne, DJ Envy, and Angela Bowie everything when he showed up on the Breakfast Club the next day, so he should sue them now. When they asked him about the situation with Kendra and Kirk, he was direct and stated, "Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Kirk and Kendra both deceived me, and they did it in front of the sun." DJ Envy asked if he intended to file charges, and Jock replied, "Let's just say my lawyers are handling it." But he didn't stop there because later that same day, Jock released a single, Yes, a song. When Charlemagne asked how he found out about it, Jock replied, "Let's just say Kirk got what he deserved, oh my God." The complete diss track, the lyrics of the song include, "Oh honey, you were brutal," and he posted a video of it to Instagram with the message, "Don't play with me. This will be a hip-hop war jock, and you better win a Grammy for it." The jock really made a diss track against them, saying, "Now I'm taking it all back, fake friends, fake love. It's the same Kendra and Kirk. You two are lame, baby. I thought you were my brother, but you stabbed me in the back, took my girl, and took my money." Social media went bananas. Insiders claim that Kirk hasn't been seen in public since the altercation, and Kendra deleted her Instagram account. Kirk and Kendra were keeping quiet, but now that Kirk's other side chicks are coming forward, several of them are contacting gossip websites to claim that Kirk had been having affairs with them while he was seeing other women. As a result, things start to get crazy. In fact, Jock's Revenge reached number 3 on the iTunes hip-hop charts within a day. Kirk's phone has been ringing nonstop as Kendra demands to know how many other women there are in the world, and she apparently became much more irate when Kirk asked her to calm down. According to sources, Kendra has even left Kirk's house and has already contacted a divorce lawyer. One woman claims that Kirk even promised to provide for her financially, and she is now threatening to expose him if he doesn't. The real question is whether this is the end of Jock and Kirk's relationship or if a new round of drama is about to begin. Lawyer, you can't make this up. Jock is doing great. Jock reportedly secured several interviews and club appearances after the single's release, and insiders say he is already in negotiations to release a follow-up song. The question now is whether Jock and Kirk's romance is over or if a messier fallout is just around the corner. Jock may have released a diss track and started legal action, but Kirk is coming out and Kendra is threatening to file for divorce. Let's face it, Jock is going to win the war even though he lost Kendra, and he is laughing as he watches everything fall apart. If even half of those rumors are true, Kirk could lose everything, including his money, reputation, and position in the reality TV industry. But the real question is, should Jock really sue Kirk, or should he pursue him for his own sake? If those divorce rumors are true, Kendra, things will get ugly rapidly, and you know he won't go down without a fight. Do you think Kendra will actually go through with the divorce, or is this just a publicity stunt? This drama is currently better than reality TV, so please hit the like button if you like it. Also, make sure you have enabled notifications and are subscribed as the next update. Honey, it will be even more juicy. I promise you won't be ready for what comes next. For the next stage, stay disorderly.